Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So Blaze recently introduced two Taito Arcade carts coming to Evercade soon in 2025. However, there are a few notable games missing from the first two collections announced so far, which makes it kinda obvious to me that it's most likely we will see a third or maybe even a fourth collection. We are missing such games on the cart such as Football Champ, Puzzle Bobble, and maybe a couple more as well. So I'm pretty sure there will at least be a third collection. So in this video, what I'm going to be doing is going through quite a lot of games from the Taito back library and obviously looking at them. Will they ever appear on a third and maybe even a fourth collection? Let's have a look at those games. So first up is Kadash, and now this one does appear on the Super Pocket from Taito and also will appear in the upcoming Taito Alpha that will be released at the end of the year. So I would be shocked if we don't see this on a third collection. This is actually really good fun. It's almost like a sort of RPG action style game, and it is really good fun. A little bit repetitive, but I'd be shocked if we don't see this on a third collection. So next up it's Champion Wrestler. Now look at those rip-off wrestling characters you can choose from. Rocky clearly being, I guess, Hulk Hogan, and the other one looks a bit like Ultimate Warrior, and obviously other likenesses aside there. But I don't think there's any licensing to speak of from this sort of particular wrestling game. So it's not like a WWE or WWF at the time wrestling style game. It looks okay, it plays alright, it's just a typical sort of wrestling game. I think ideally the wrestling game we would love is WrestleFest, but again, not entirely sure we will see that at any point on any system, but you never know, it might happen. If we can't, this is as good as any, I suppose. It's wrestling, it's typical wrestling stuff, and we only have one wrestling game on Evercade, so we definitely need a few more.
This is Nancy at State's headquarters. We've got an emergency here. Ralph, the Idaho slasher, is fleeing towards the...
Okay, so this is obviously Chase HQ, which is a huge fan favourite. There was lots of different versions on the home computers as well, the Spectrum one being notably pretty decent. But there's probably specific reasons why this has never actually appeared on very many sort of Taito collections. I think it did get released in Japan, but outside of Japan, no. And it might have some licensing issues, perhaps with the likenesses, with the sort of backgrounds there. I don't know, or the cityscape. I'm not entirely sure of the reasons. It could be something to do with the cars as well, but I think it's highly doubtful we'll ever actually see this. For whatever reasons, I don't really know, but I don't think I would put your hopes up for receiving this game anytime soon, which would be a massive shame. Now this certainly could be a possibility. This is Darius, which is quite clearly a sort of scrolling shoot 'em up. And I can't remember why it's got this sort of long screen. I'm pretty sure it's probably to do with how the game was presented in the original arcade. I don't really remember at the time, it's not one I played before, but this one certainly could make it to Evercade.
don't let us down.
So this is Dead Connection, and clearly it's inspired by things like Godfather and Scarface, that type of thing. It's basically like a cop gangster style game, and it's such a fun game to play. I'd never heard of it before, never even played it, so you're trying to basically clear out the enemies on this initial stage, and the level of detail is quite interesting. I love the fact that the backgrounds can get destroyed as well, which is fascinating. You can pick up different weapons, but I hope that we do see this on Evercade at some point. This is a lot of fun to play. I was really shocked and surprised that this did not appear in one of the two collections announced by Blaze so far. I absolutely loved this game, and this definitely made me think this is going to appear in a third collection. It's most likely going to be the Cover Star or Puzzle Bobble. This is brilliant, and for me this is slightly better and more enjoyable to play than Super Sidekicks, which is on the Neo Geo collections. This game is fantastic, great stuff, typical perfect arcade football at its finest. So this is Gun Frontier, and this is a sort of obviously a scrolling shoot 'em up. Now I'm not a big fan of shoot 'em ups. I probably wouldn't be bothered if this didn't appear on the collection, but I know there's a lot of fans out there, and this is pretty decent. It's not really typical of the games in this sort of video, so a little bit of variety added would be nice. But I think I prefer the sequel, which is coming up next. So this is Metal Black, and I'm pretty sure this was classed as the sequel to Gun Frontier. Obviously it's classed as Gun Frontier 2, but yeah, this one is a lot more enjoyable. You can clearly see it's scrolling from left to right instead of up and down the screen, and I enjoyed this one a lot more. It's a lot more flashier, and certainly a lot more going on with the graphics. This one is good fun. So this is Night Striker, and I'm pretty sure this appeared on the Sega Mega Drive Mini that was released a couple of years ago, and I'm sure it was the Mega CD version if I'm right. Now if I'm wrong, apologies, but I definitely remember playing this game and thoroughly enjoying it. It's just such an absolute blast to play through, and obviously quite different to anything else that Taito have done, and anything else you probably played on Evercade for that matter. This is great. I really enjoyed this. Not really sure we'll see it, to be honest, but it would be really nice.
Targets approaching.
Now this is the other notable exclusion from the carts, Puzzle Bobble. It does appear on the Super Pockets and also will appear on the Alpha that's upcoming very soon towards the end of 2025, and I'd be really surprised, along with Football Champ, that we won't see a third collection. Out of the games, sort of Kadash, Puzzle Bobble and Football Champ are quite clearly the 3 games not included that I would be shocked if we didn't see in a third collection. I think the only other game that's not really there is the Fairyland story, which I've not even got in this video, funny enough, but it's not really a great game, so I wouldn't lose any sleep if that didn't get added to a third collection. But hopefully we will see at least these 3 games that I've highlighted, because they are fantastic, really good stuff. So another notable exclusion from some of the Taito collections that you'll ever see is Rainbow Islands. Now this is the extra version, which doesn't have the sort of somewhere over the rainbow sort of music that you get at the start of the original game. That might be the reason why we don't see it on collection, so perhaps if we do see a version it will be this one, which would be a shame, but at least it's better than nothing. This is Solitary Fighter, and I guess I hope I don't see this game because it's not particularly great. It reminded me a lot of Pit Fighter from the early 90s. It looked amazing, looked really good, but in reality it really wasn't a great game. Now this is very similar, but it doesn't have the flashy graphics and it just has the same awful gameplay at the same time. So fingers crossed we don't see this one, but with Blaze you never really know, do you? So this is Ninja Warriors, and it's probably another game I'd probably rather not see because it is rather repetitive in nature. You're really just scrolling from left to right with endless enemies coming at you, so it does get extremely boring very quickly. I'm pretty sure I've played this somewhere before, but I can't actually remember where. Could be on a Turbo Graphics Mini or something, but I can't really remember. It's okay, but I think it's of its time. It's unspectacular and a little bit tedious. So this is Thunder Fox, a sort of left to right sort of scrolling action style game. Lots of variety in the sort of weapons that you can pick up, which is always nice to see. And graphically you can see there's lots of stuff going on with the parallax scrolling in the background, there's sort of rain effects and so much happening, which is really, really cool. Hopefully we get to see this one. This is definitely worth playing. So final game we're looking at is Warrior Blade. This is the continuation of the Rastan saga, and it's quite clearly a little bit like maybe a Knights of the Round meets Golden Axe type of thing, but there's probably a little bit less variety with the sort of enemies you see here, and some of the level sizes seem pretty small from what I could see, but there's a lot going on. Graphically is very nice, nice effects, nice character designs nonetheless. Some bonkers stuff going on here in this sort of stage. You're sliding down the side of the mountain with all the enemies. For some unknown reason they're all suicidal and want to do that, but it just makes no sense. But anyway, that's video games for you, isn't it? But anyway guys, let me know what other games you think we'll see if we do see a Taito Arcade 3 or 4. I think it's inevitable that we will see at least Taito Arcade 3 with Football Champ, Puzzle Bobble and probably Kadash at bare minimum. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.